monetary amounts bill.
Recording in progress.
Sorry. Is there any new issue coming up beyond what we looked at yesterday? I don't see any hands up, do you? No. So what we're going to do is go through the bill. But before we do, we just look at informally. We've gone through the bill informally. We will now go through it formally. But before we do, as normal, we will look at the report. Now, on the rates and monetary bill, there's very limited room, as you know. We've discussed this endlessly since 2019 to make particular changes. And it was the same. You see, if you look at the three bills, particularly the two that are key, this one and the next one, CLAB, you will see it's mostly around the Health Promotion Levy and Sugar Beverages Act. The fuel tax, we all agree with that because that's a fait accompli and necessary. So if you look at the submissions on page 4 onwards, page 4, any comments from anybody? Please just interrupt instead of me having to look at the screen. Page 4, nothing. Page 5, page 6. In Kulileko, are you back? Alan, are you here?
Yes, it's me. Nkululeko is not back yet.
Yeah, because he sent a notice out, which I was a bit surprised about, because he's not well. He shouldn't have to do all that. But anyway, we wish him well, as we said. Page 7, nothing. Page 8, Kosatu. Then the responses from Treasury. Right, the committee observations. On 7.1, anything? 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 5, 6, 7, 7.1, 2. Then our recommendations, this is the key parts, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3. Is there anything else people want to raise? Are there any amendments you want to make to this report? I actually see nothing. So in that case, we're going to look at the bills now, right? So let's go to the bills very quickly. Are the bills able to be cast on the screen? But we have copies that you kindly sent out yesterday, Alan. I've got the bills. I prefer it on my screen here. Here's the bills. Right, oh, there they are on the screen. Sorry, I was actually involved in endless exchanges over the phone until now, so I apologize for that. I didn't open up everything beforehand. Right, so I'm now going to go through the pages, okay? So page 1, we are dealing now with the rates bill, right? Rates, the normal one where the minister announces increases in customs and excise, and then you have very limited room, if any, to make any changes. So let's go to page 1. Alan, down, please. Right, page 2, 3, 4. We've been through all of this. You just butt in if there's any issue you want. You said you don't want any change anyway. Page 5, any of those clauses. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. Page 15. Nothing so far. Page 16. Page 17. Page 18. Page 19. Page 20. Page 21. Page 22. 23. We're in the schedules now, page 24. Page 25. Page 26. Page 27. Schedule 2, page 28. It's the final schedule, right? Then we go to the Taxation Laws Amendment Bill. I have it on my screen now, here on my computer. So firstly, a mover, please, and a seconder for that bill, Rates and Monetary Bill.
I move, Chairperson.
Thank you. Seconder, please.
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Now we're going to move and second the report. A mover and a seconder on the report.
Excuse me, Honorable Chair.
Yes, sir.
This is Honorable Apleni. I joined on behalf of Honorable Moletsane, who is in the flight right now.
Oh, yes, he did apologize. I think he did send. Yeah, by the way, before I go on, my friend, can I just raise something? Dennis Ryder did put on our chat group an apology. He's got some urgent meeting, although I did engage with him yesterday afternoon, and he said, fine, even if we spill over slightly into their caucus at 10 o'clock, he'll stay because of the importance of voting on these bills. Good. Go ahead, Mr. Apleni.
Yes, sir. No, we would like to, as the EFF, to reserve our view on this matter until, yes, we reserve our view. Thank you very much.
No, we understand that. I suppose, Fani, you're here as well. You also have the same issue. There's Willie and Fani, yeah. We would have done it anyway.
Thank you for noting
we would have done it anyway, yeah. So, what's that? Who's first?
Thank you. Yeah, my hand is up first. Chairperson, yeah, the Democratic Alliance reserve our position. Thank you.
Right. Willie is there. Anything else you want to say now? Fani?
Thank you, Chair. The Freedom Front Plus reserve our position.
Thanks. Alan's very experienced. He knows about that. Right. So let's move on to the next bill, colleagues. On the next bill, this is the main bill, obviously. And although there are many submissions, actually our life was made easier because of the two major things, right? So
Sorry,
here,
Mr. Curry.
yeah, sure.
Sorry, the report.
Yes, sorry. A mover for the report. Thank you, Alan, for reminding me. It's on the report that normally.
Report, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Njadu. Listen, let's get something clear, guys. So as
Seconded.
I know, yeah, seconded, but they let's put reservations, right? Are noted in the report, not on the bill, right? Okay, so first we should vote on the bill and then you'll note their reservations. We're not going to go through the process again, right? Okay, thanks, colleagues, comrades. Right, let's do the next one, taxation laws. Okay, now I feel much better. Yeah.
On the report, the Alliance also reserve our position. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Alan, am I right? It's in the report that you note the reservations, right?
That's correct.
It's not over the bill. Yeah, no, we've done that. So it's fine. The procedure was a bit sequentially wrong, but it's not a constitutional issue or whatever. Everybody's got commitments this morning. I wonder why. Okay, so
We've got bigger constitutional problems to worry about today.
No comment. I'm not a spokesperson for Luthuli House, okay, or the NEC or NWC.
I wonder if he refers to the Luthuli House or something else.
Okay, Nicolini, that's be a hard time. You guys want to go, right? Oh, by the way, I gather from the media that there's no sitting this afternoon. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
There's a message that came in the group.
Oh, right.
We still have to Google this report.
Which report, my friend? Oh, that report. Yes. Okay. Right. Now, you know what? Colleagues, I want to say something that's strange, right? So everybody thinks somehow that because you've been around so long in the parliament and you are your age that you are, that somehow you will know intricate things, like the lady, like what's the next step? What do you guys decide? As if I'm sitting there on a Wednesday night, and like pontificating of a way forward and so on. But anyway, so you got endless WhatsApp messages through the night. But colleagues, whatever party we come from, we are in a challenge situation, bearing in mind this week has been some really major developments. And none of us, whichever party we are and how much we might or might not hate the ANC, this is not just a problem of the ANC, it's the country. But I don't want to comment any further. It's not my purview to do that. Now, I'm at B26-2022, the bill that we're dealing with. Now, here it is. On page 1. You know, I'm very old, right? I can't speak for anybody else here, but I still prefer, Alan, looking at my computer screen. Okay, right. So let's start on page 1. Well, just the bill and what it does. Right, so we're going to page 1. Any comments? Page 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm faster than you, Alan. Ho, ho, ho. 6. Oh, you know what's happened? I've converted this into Word, Alan. So my page numbers and yours. So I'm sorry about this, colleagues, because I converted into Word so I can make comments on the side. Let me go. Please just bear with me. This is my fault, really. I was caught up with various things unconnected to my work here. And so I didn't open it up in the PDF format. I opened up the Word one. So those page numbers don't confer with yours. So give me 1 minute, please, but we'll be out of here. Just that's my fault. I agree. I apologize. Let me go to PDF. Documents. Right, then you go to bills. Hey, you know, this thing is so slow. Now that you can't blame me for. Bills, here they are. So I can open
I'm
it.
blaming you to be so hard on the computer. The way you are beating it. You're not touching it.
No. You're right. You're very good, eh? Everybody says, I've got an Apple, Dikeledi. So in Apple, you're meant to be gentle. So my wife says it. My daughter says it. Not that she's got an Apple. Sonia says, why are you banging the thing like that? I said, I don't know. You know? No, you're right. I don't know you're so technologically savvy. Show off. Okay. Have you got a Mac, Dikeledi? Apple computer?
Yes.
Oh, so you do it properly. You see, the whole idea of this, colleagues, the whole idea, Comrade Apleni will know more, probably younger than us. You know what? The whole thing is so sensitive. It actually is not good for your trackpad. But, you know, this is me. I mean, you know, I walk with heavy footsteps as well, which people complain about, particularly. Right, okay. So, oh, God. Now what? The credit will say I'm banging it. Okay, we're on page 4 now, colleagues. Page 5. Page 6. We're going into clause 4. Clause 5, page 7. We're on page 8, colleagues. Page 9. Page 10. Page 10 starts with clause 12, colleagues. 13. We're going to page 11. Page 12. Page 13. 14. Excuse me. We're at clause 16 now on page 16. Clause 17 on page 17. We're on clause 22 on page 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're on clause 33 on page 24. We're on clause 34 on page 25, 26, 27, 28. There we are. Then we go to the schedules. Schedule 1. In the different parts. Thank you very much. So now let's move and second. And when we come to the report, then people will, you know, have their say. Okay. So let's go now to the voting on this bill. Mover, please. Thanks, Mama Rakhane. Seconder.
Jado second, Chair.
Thank you. Now, Willie, you want to say something, presumably? Fine, yeah, okay, Willie, go for it.
Chairperson, yeah, the DA obviously reserves their position on this.
Yeah. Fani,
Thank you, Chair. The Freedom Front Plus Reserve Opposition.
Comrade Apleni,
Thank you, Chair. The Economic Freedom Fighters Reserve Opposition, Chair. Thank you.
thank you. Now, on the report,
Chair, it's not the Hale moving, it's Nita, please.
oh, all right, sorry, I got that wrong. Okay, Alan, you'll fix the record, right? Thank you, Sukishwa. Right, then we go to our next report. The next report is on the CLAP, right? Right, this report runs into, right, 18 pages, right? Colleagues, the same thing happens as normal. The first part is the introduction and background, and then there's a very good summary. Our staff is very good at putting good summaries, but they also get often, mostly sometimes, summaries from the stakeholders themselves who put their key points in, and they just edit it, but basically, and I just browse through. I don't actually like interfere with that. But then we come to, you go through all of them, you go down, and you get to page 15, right? The committee's observations. And we talk again about the welcome to high quality submissions, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5. Now look, there's a lot of overlap, right, between the two bills here. Unusually, because the same issues were raised in both bills that the stakeholders focused on. And we said there were two streams, so unusually. So what we simply said there is the committee refers to observations and recommendations on these issues in the report on the rates and monetary amounts and amendment of revenue laws bills, as if to avoid the situation of repeating it, right? Then obviously in 7.5, we need to remove the underlining there. But I'm sure between Esther and the ATC people, they'll do that, right? So we go on to 7.62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Then we look at the carbon tax proposals, and there's several paragraphs there on our observations. And we also fitted in what Yanga said. That's put in, by the way, inverted commas, because those are exact words. So we've been raising this for the last 5 years. Now, if somebody wants to raise ring fencing, then we should have a special sitting on it at some stage. But I personally don't agree necessarily with this. I'm just telling you this is their point of view, and they hold by it. So the same thing applies to the fuel levy, to e-tolls when they got e-tolls, or and the same applies to the health promotion levy and to tobacco and so on. So unfortunately, that's how they are. They claim, for what it's worth, I'm no expert, maybe the research, that in other countries it's similar. This earmarking, as they call it, or ring fencing as we call it, it upsets the whole balances in the budget and so on. Okay, 8.1 recommendations. Now these are the key things. Any comment? 8.2, just butt in if you want to make any changes. 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6, 8.7, 8.8. Okay, can we have a mover, please, for this report?
Mahlagu, I move.
Thank you. Second, Mamora Khane. Thank you very much, Comrade Mamora. Okay, right, we're done here. Presumably, the three opposition members want to say something.
Sorry, Chair, that was a bit blurry. Who moved and who's
Comrade Dikileri Mashlangu, and
Yes.
then Ms. Mamora Khane. You'll find their spellings in the list of invitees that you sent.
Yeah, no, got that. Thanks.
Thanks, Alan. Okay, so then we're done with that bill. Fani, you got something to say, Willie, after that?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, your presumption was correct. We reserve our position. Freedom Front Plus.
Aren't I clever? Willie?
Chair, exactly the same here. The DA reserves their position. Thank you.
Surprise, surprise.
And Chair, the Economic Freedom Fighters Reserve Opposition. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. We're running ahead of time, so I must tell you this anecdote quickly, right? So we're sitting with the municipal systems bill. It's on the eve of the 2000 elections, right? If we don't finish the bill, we can't have the first fully democratic local government elections. So we're exempted from the House. The chief whip said, nope, you don't have to come at all, except when the bells ring, meeting G26, you cross over and vote and then go back to your meeting. So we were sitting for sometimes we start at 10 and finish at about midnight, right? Because we had no choice. Because sudden amendments came because the demarcation board said, hey, there's something problematic. And where we did the bill, there's a gap. We have to, otherwise the demarcation can be challenged. So we work. So one day I said to them, right, we're starting at 8 tomorrow. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So they said, no, chairperson, this is rough and tough and you don't have a life, we have a life and all that. My own comrades needed to stay harassing me. Younger people than me anyway. So I said to them, fine, you know what? We are meeting at 8, but Patricia, I'll speak for you. I know what you're going to say on this clause, and I said what I think she's going to say. Peter Smith, IFP, this is what I think you're going to say, right? And then I forgot who was the NNP at the time. No, there was no NNP at the time. I forgot. Anyway, so I went through, and then my own comrades, right? Patricia was my own comrade. I knew exactly what she's going to say, right? And 3 others. So they had a good laugh. Then they said the next day to me, although they all did turn up at 8, I must say, and most of them. So, and there's a bus service problem, right, from Acacia Park and whatever. So then they say to me, yeah, you know what? You are right. 3 of the 4 people said, actually, that's what I would have said. So anyway, I'll tell you another anecdote before I end my term here about your party, the DA, and your member. I won't mention his name on the property rates bill, but that's another, it's a lovely story because everybody loves that story. Right? When I go to a function and say, hey, Eunice, tell us that one. So anyway, now let's go on, colleagues, to the final bill. Right, PDF, here. All right, we go to the taxation. This is a bill that I must say I most dislike because, you know, it's so like, it's an implementation. Effectively, you know what it is, colleagues, remember? You get the tax laws bill and then the tax laws administration bill. What the tax laws administration bill, colleagues, does is simply implement the tax laws bill. So what it does is, if we pass a policy, how will they implement it? Or any other changes they make apart from that are those that in the previous year or the year before they passed a policy in the TLAB bill, TLAB bill, and now they realize in implementation, they have to tweak things a bit, so they make an amendment, right? So this bill, there's very little you can say. And in fact, from 2014, I know, and I'm sure previous eras, they didn't really make any changes because we're not experts in practical. That's Franz Thomas's area. That's why Treasury also asks Franz to introduce. So on this one, quite frankly, colleagues, I'm just going to zip through. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7. Willie, no thoughtful interventions here. Page 8. Oh, now, Willie, I'm going to report you to your chief whip. No comments at all on this profound.
Yeah, again, if we start at 1964, that was verboden. We signed it 65. 69 was Foster, so we can carry on.
Okay, 9. Page 10, page 11. What comes after 11, Alan? 12, I think, eh? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, here you got the memorandum. I'm not going to go through that. We don't vote on that. Okay, we need a vote on that and a seconder on that, please. Move, please. Anybody?
I'm moving, Chair.
I'm seconding, Chair.
Thank you, my friend. Right. And then I suppose I see Willie's hands up already.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. The Democratic Alliance reserves their position.
Yeah, you do work very hard, Fanny. I think I'll recommend you for a performance bonus to your chief work. And you're sure not to get it because of that. All right, colleagues, who's next?
Thank you, Chair. The Freedom Front Plus reserve our position.
Needless to say, Mr. Blenny, you're a bit slow for a young man.
Thank you, Chair. The Economic Freedom Fighters reserve our position. Thank you.
Which committee are you on, by the way?
Trade and Industry.
Ah, yeah, well, you're very close to us. Finance and Trade Industry are close. Okay, now before you is the report. I pity Esther and then we'll do this draft. It's pretty dull, meaning not them, but the substance. Right, then the recommendation is a very profound one. Essentially, this is mainly related to the CLAB. The committee refers to the recommendations in the 2022 CLAB as relevant to the recommendations. So you can't say very much. Temin Kosi's iPhone, who's that?
That's a
Kosi.
planning.
Ah,
It's
yes,
a
of course. Yes, my friend. You got your hand up. What do you want to say?
Oh, no, it was before the voting, Chairperson. I'm sorry, I should have lowered it.
No, it's fine. You can say something because you're going to reserve your position on this bill, but let them vote for it first. So first, okay. Franz, do you want to say something? Franz, I see your hand up. It's on the bill,
Thank you,
it?
Chair.
Yeah.
It is. Just one technical and factual correction, just in the introduction. The TALAB was not introduced in February in draft. It was released in draft in July. So.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, that's a big issue. Eh? It's really earth-shattering, but fine. France, typically you, but it's useful. It's a factual thing. All right, Esther, will you attend to that, please? Put in brackets, thanks to the intervention of Mr. Franz Tomasek. Okay, over then to the committee. Can somebody move, please?
I move, Chairperson, Mamara Khan.
Thank you, my friend. Seconder, please.
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Now, we move over to Mr. Apledi. You had something to say?
No, we reserve our position, Chairperson. Thank you.
Good. Okay, right. Next is Willie and then Fani.
Thank you, Chairperson. The Democratic Alliance reserves our position.
Right.
Chair, the Freedom Front Plus reserves our position. Thank you.
Right. Okay, thank you. So we're done. So now that we have 3 minutes left, I just want to tell you one quick thing. So you see why I could actually anticipate what they're going to say, because we were together for hours and hours and hours, right? Frankly, we were sick of each other, right? And I was sick of myself, let alone others. So we sort of more or less knew what people are going to say. So that's the reason why I could largely, not wholly, anticipate what they're going to say on the next 2 clauses. But having said that, let me thank you very much. This is the last committee sitting until after the House sitting. The debate takes place. As normal, it'll be an overview of the report by a representative of the committee, not necessarily the chair. And then we'll have declarations. And then on Wednesday, please, comrades, because we don't want to sit endlessly with the, what's the General Laws Amendment Bill? You know, my own sense is one sitting on Wednesday will do us, even if it's 4 hours. And then we give space to prepare a report. And then Friday, we just come and vote on the report. Because the following week, we have no choice. It must go to the House on the 13th. From what I can gather, civil society seems to have calmed down. Doesn't mean they won't take us to court, but they seem to feel they've reached more or less the end of the road. On public participation, I think they accept that within the time constraints, we gave them plenty of time. So hopefully we'll be over on Wednesday. The voting on the report will be on Friday. And then we are done for this quarter. But there's a meeting tomorrow, colleagues, of SECOA. It's very important. Declare, do you want to say anything about it? Because it's, you know, it's also going to the House on Tuesday. So we have no choice. We have to be available. I've explained my situation, but that's between the chief work of the committee, the chair, and myself. Okay, over then to Declare. Do you have anything to say about your meeting tomorrow? Our meeting tomorrow?
We have scheduled a meeting for 1:30 to deal with the report.
Fine. Okay. Is there anything else? No. Right. So we have to be there because we're voting on the report. Am I right?
Yeah, we need a quorum. NA, they're dealing with them today.
Yeah.
Starting at 10. Then after that, we'll process them, finalize them tomorrow. Actually, we've processed them just to deal with the final reports.
Yeah. Then it goes to the House on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So tomorrow, 1:30, colleagues. The reason it got postponed from today, as you must know, is because the NA got delayed by a day, right? So having said that, thank you all for your cooperation. It's exactly 9:30. Oh, and put in the minutes that the committee unanimously thanked the chairperson for once for efficiently finishing the meeting on time. Thank you,
And
Alan.
wishing the chairperson and the whip speedy recovery. The other one is the teeth, and the chairperson. We hope you recover from your toe, the fracture.
Yeah, I'm going to come whatever happens. Yeah, and the whip of the ANC is also not well. We're pleased that she's here. I wasn't sure whether she wanted me to mention that. Some people are sensitive. I talk about my diabetes to anybody if I meet them in the street, but other people feel that health is a private issue. But yeah, thank you very much for that. Anybody wants to question me, I can send them my x-rays. Okay, it went to
Luckily, it's a very old toe, Chairperson.
No, but can I tell you one amazing thing? Finally, you know what? These things happen to you when you're old, right? So the fourth toe goes directly over the fifth toe and it's stuck. It's literally stuck like that, right? I banged it here in the house. Can you believe it? I mean, I'm living here for so long, right? It's an idiotic, avoidable, unnecessary. It's so stupid what I was rushing for this committee meeting last week. Was it this one or the other one? And I rushed to get the tea bag out of the tea 2 minutes before we started. And I bang into this wall. Oh, man, so stupid. No, it's cost me like 10 days of pain. But anyway, colleagues, I'm fine. I think my friend there, Mama Rakhane, is more challenged right now. And I'll be back in circulation. All right. Thank you all. Remember, there's no sitting of the house today. Yeah. What's it?
Sorry, that is what I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, sorry. No rude comments. I finished the meeting on time. Now you
No. It's not about the meeting. Your meeting has been finished, so we'll still give you the extra points for your timekeeping. It's good. Chairperson, I just want to make sure Dikeledi mentioned earlier on that we still have a plenary this afternoon because we've got to do the other orders on the order paper. But as I am aware, the plenary has been cancelled. So I just want to make sure. I also saw that the message came through that the buses from Acadia Park has been cancelled due to the fact that the NCOP plenary has been cancelled. So I think there might be some confusion about that.
I didn't know.
I will follow up on that. But do you have any news about that, Dikeledi?
Mr. Ijado,